Welcome to Dreamy Tales, your bedtime haven. Prepare to embark on a journey of tranquility and relaxation. I'm here to weave enchanting stories that will gently guide you into a restful night's sleep. Subscribe and let the soothing whispers of Dreamy Tales be your nightly companion. Pippa's Peculiar Pet Parade. Chapter 1. Pippa's Peculiar Pets. Pippa peered out her attic window at the setting sun. Its warm orange glow signaled the end of another day of caring for her beloved pets. She heard rustling in the corner and turned to see Sparkle, her miniature dragon, stretching her shimmering purple wings. Beside her, Twinkle the tiny unicorn stirred and let out a sleepy whinny. "Time for supper, dears," said Pippa with a smile. She filled their food bowls with crushed berries and flower petals, knowing each pet's peculiar preferences. As Sparkle and Twinkle ate, Pippa's gaze wandered over the many cages and enclosures housing the rest of her menagerie. A fluffy, three-tailed kitten licked her paws, while a pocket-sized hippo snored in the corner. Strange animals of all kinds shared this cozy space. Pippa's attic had become a sanctuary for any peculiar pet in need of a home. Though others saw them as odd, she found beauty in their differences. Each creature brought her joy with their quirks and shows of affection. Whether a furry, multi-legged squirrel or a mini monkey that laughed and danced, Pippa cared for them all with love. As the sunset glow faded, Pippa lit lanterns hanging from the sloped ceiling. Their warm glow revealed faded paint on the walls from years of housing children's dreams. She began her nightly check, ensuring every creature was comfortable and had eaten. Sparkle and Twinkle fluttered around, eager to help. The attic buzzed with cheerful sounds until all settled in for the night. Cuddling up to Twinkle and Sparkle in her cozy bed, Pippa sighed contentedly. Living on the outskirts of Willowbrook allowed her this secret sanctuary, away from those who didn't understand. But she wasn't lonely, not with her strange and wonderful pets by her side. As sleep overtook her, Pippa's dreams were filled with colorful creatures and the joy they brought to her days in the attic. Though peculiar to others, here they were simply family. Chapter 2. Plans for a Parade. Pippa awoke to her usual routine of pet feeding and tending the next morning. As she stroked Sparkle's scales and Twinkle's soft fur, an idea came to her. "Why don't we share our happiness with the whole town?" she said. The pets looked at her quizzically as she explained, "I'll hold a parade for all the pets of Willowbrook. We can show everyone how special you all are." Sparkle trilled excitedly, while Twinkle nuzzled Pippa's cheek in agreement. She set to work creating colorful posters, announcing the Peculiar Pet Parade and delivering them door to door. The townsfolk were puzzled at first by the strange invitation, but Pippa's cheerful manner and descriptions of her pets charmed them. Soon, many agreed their own ordinary cats and dogs deserved to take part. Excitement spread as families discussed costume ideas for the parade. Pippa was thrilled by the positive response. She focused on preparations, creating hats and headdresses for the pets from ribbons and feathers. Twinkle proved talented at decorating the crafts with glittering magic dust. Meanwhile, Sparkle entertained pets who seemed shy by performing aerobatic tricks. Before long, a menagerie of costumed creatures filled Pippa's attic in anticipation. On the big day, Pippa woke with nerves in the pit of her stomach. What if no one came to watch? She turned to Sparkle and Twinkle for courage. "With you by my side, I know it will be a parade to remember," said Pippa, with a deep breath. Dressed in her favorite red pinafore, Pippa led the way down the lane, with Sparkle perched on her shoulder. Neighbors gasped in awe at the sight of ponies in polka dot manes, rabbits slipping through hula hoops, and even a cat playing the ukulele. As the parade wound its way to the town square, the crowd grew. Children waved and cheered, while elderly folks smiled at the joyful spectacle. Pippa beamed with pride, seeing her community united in appreciating the charm of each pet, however peculiar. With Sparkle and Twinkle's support, her dream was coming true. But she didn't know real trouble was about to reign on the parade. Chapter 3. Parade Preparations. As the parade reached the town square, Pippa noticed some of the pets beginning to act oddly. Sparkle and Twinkle sensed it too. A handful of mischievous squirrels had invaded, scampering between the wagons and animal feet. The squirrels chattered loudly, snatching props and trying to ride the hippogriff dressed as a rainbow. Chaos ensued as pets scrambled in confusion. Pippa searched desperately for a solution while keeping the animals calm. Just then, a squirrel leaped onto her shoulder, grabbing a chunk of her bright red hair. Pippa winced, but remained still, not wanting to startle the creature. She caught Sparkle's eye and nodded subtly toward the squirrel. With lightning speed, Sparkle lunged and grasped the squirrel gently in her claws. Meanwhile, Twinkle blew magic dust into its face, lulling it into a sleepy trance. The first crisis was averted, but more squirrels were wreaking havoc. Pippa turned to the crowd, cupping her hands around her mouth. "If anyone has nuts or seeds, please throw them that way," she directed calmly while pointing down a side street. Some children hurried to comply, and soon the snacks drew most of the squirrels away from the parade. Those remaining were soon subdued by Sparkle and Twinkle's teamwork. Sparkle cornered them while Twinkle sprinkled dust until all the squirrels were docile and dozy. Pippa then led the pair, guiding the sleepy rodents safely to the outskirts of town. "Well done, you two," said Pippa, hugging her beloved pets. Without them, the parade could have dissolved into total chaos. But their quick thinking and unique abilities restored calm, much to the relief of spectators. As Pippa rejoined the parade, residents applauded her brave efforts in resolving the commotion with compassion. The disrupted pets were helped back onto decorated wagons or costumes repaired. Thanks to Pippa's kind reassurances, smiles and cheer soon returned. Musicians struck up a lively tune once more as the parade continued on its route. Any tremors from the squirrel disruption were fading fast, leaving only memories of the spectacular sights along the way. Chapter 4. A Parade to Remember. The parade wound its way back towards the town square as the afternoon sun hung low in the sky. Pippa led the glorious procession, filled with pride at how her efforts brought the community together. But she credited Sparkle and Twinkle equally for their courage and problem-solving that saved the day. As they approached the fountain where the parade would conclude, excitement buzzed through the crowd like electricity. Children danced alongside costumed dogs, while elders tipped their hats to passing horses. Birds had even joined in, swooping and soaring above the colorful scene. It was clear to all that Willowbrook had never seen anything quite like Pippa's peculiar pet parade. Just then, A drum roll sounded from atop the fountain. Perched there were 2 raccoons in fez hats, pounding out a rhythm on percussion instruments. The parade halted as Pippa grinned up at her furry new friends. She glanced at Sparkle and Twinkle for support before speaking clearly to the waiting crowd. Citizens of Willowbrook, I want to thank you for embracing the personalities of each and every pet today. No matter how unique, began Pippa. Warm applause arose from the onlookers. She continued, some may see differences as strange, but I see them as things that make us all special. I hope this parade showed how much joy our pets bring and how much we gain by accepting one another. Tears welled in the eyes of residents, touched by the girl's compassionate message. As cheering and whooping broke out, Pippa beamed with pride. Her goal of bringing the people of Willowbrook together through their shared love of animals had succeeded marvelously. The parade concluded on this hopeful note of community spirit. Night fell as spectators offered thanks and praise. Sparkle, Twinkle, and Pippa basked in the glow of their accomplishment before gathering the tired pets. As residents went home with smiles, Pippa knew her attic menagerie had found more friends that day. Though peculiar to some, with acceptance came belonging and love that would last forever in Willowbrook. Chapter 5. New Friends and Memories. Pippa bid farewell to the townsfolk as she and her pets made their way home under the stars. After such an exciting day, the attic menagerie was quiet, save for sleepy murmurs. As Pippa readied herself for bed, she peered outside at the twinkling lights of Willowbrook below. Sparkle landed on the windowsill, fluttering her wings contentedly. Today was magical, wasn't it? She chirped. Pippa nodded with a smile. I'm glad we could help others see the wonder in our differences. Twinkle nuzzled her leg, sprinkling a few stray magic dust sparkles. Their efforts had truly paid off. Not only did the parade bring joy, but also new friends for her peculiar pets. Several shy animals who participated were now fast friends with ribbons around their collars from other children. The entire community glowed with gratitude for Pippa's vision. She drifted off to sleep, replaying the day's triumphant memories. Vivid dreams filled her slumber of dancing down colorful streets with Sparkle, Twinkle, and all the townsfolk. Pippa awoke to sunshine the next morning, feeling confident and lighthearted. Thanks to the parade, she realized her purpose was bringing smiles through embracing each creature's individual spirit. Downstairs, Pippa was surprised by her mother's news over breakfast. During the parade, neighbor Amelia had taken a shine to a 3-winged songbird. She inquired if the feathered friend might find a new home. So Pippa's menagerie gained one more, while also knowing her efforts found pets, loving families. Days passed with visits from appreciative residents and playing with pets in her sanctuary attic. Pippa gazed out often at Willowbrook's winding lanes, envisioning more ways to foster connection and acceptance. For she had learned that when people open their hearts to others, however strange, the greatest of friendships can bloom. As the stars twinkle above, it's time for dreamy tales to bid you good night. May the soothing echoes of our stories linger in your dreams, offering you a serene escape. Until we meet again under the moonlit sky, sleep tight and sweet dreams.